Hi, beautiful soul family. I am Tara, and I'd like to welcome you all back to my channel, Spiritual Talk. Today, I've been kind of like going through a few things like shadow work and what have you, trying to figure out what my purpose is, what I'm actually here for. And when I look back and I think, well, okay, cards or what have you, I am a healer. Okay, I can help you bring out that shadow work to let go of the past and the light language, the codes, the signing, what have you, right? But I've also come to realize that even when I think my ego is getting in my way and my ego is doing this because I feel like, oh, well, I'm just lecturing people. But I'm coming to realize that that's not what it is that I'm really doing. Because if I'm lecturing you guys, then I'm lecturing myself because I go back and I watch my videos. So it's towards me too because I'm in this process. I'm in this journey. The same as you're on the journey and you're on the journey and you're on the journey. I mean, we're all on this journey and we're all going through the journey differently, different times and what have you. And when I come out and I say about like behavior, it's consciousness. Like some they want to teach about like what's happening in the world, the truth of the world, and that's great. That's their journey, and I'm like the mother. And people say, well, a mother is nurturing. A mother doesn't scold her children. A mother teaches her children, guides her children. Consciousness, awareness of like you don't treat somebody good just to get what you want and then treat them like a bag of crap and act like you're in control because you're actually just a bully. And as I stated before, it's also a coward because would you do it to people that you felt would kick the crap out of you if you treated them like that? Probably not, because that's where you would be afraid of them. So when you treat someone else like they're the dirt under your feet, or you do as I say, because if you don't, I'm going to intimidate you. It's bringing your awareness and you're grabbing your power and saying, you know, like we don't want to be fighting. Okay, I'm done hearing like the fighting. It really got to stop. And people say like walk away from them. Yes, you can walk away from them. But there's a time when you got to say, okay, enough is enough. I'm tired of your bullying. No, violence ain't the way to go. I know someone that years ago, this person comes, he's over a dog, comes storming in the house right into the person's bedroom to grab them out of bed. Well, the person that came in that person's room that did not belong there, had no reason to be in that house, just walked in. That person got grabbed and thrown against the wall because they come in to intimidate the other person. But the person that they were trying to intimidate shot the shit out of them because they stood up and said, I'm not going to take your shit. And what's happening now is that's what we have to do. I had somebody yesterday say to me about the ridiculousness of, like, kids are at a playground, a kid gets hurt, they shut down the playground. Well, it's the parents' discretion whether or not they want to continue to allow their kids to play there. Right? But when I used the analogy of people being told, you got to get this, or you can't do that, or you're going to lose your job, or you can't, what have you. To them, it was like, well, no, it's not the same thing. Well, yes, it is, because it's a matter of choice. Their choices are taken from them. They're not allowed to make a choice themselves. Somebody else has taken that choice from them. So it's like the control. And this is the consciousness, the waking up to, like, okay, wait a minute. It's more standing up and empowering yourself, taking control of yourself. Okay? If you don't believe in something, okay, and because you want to do something, and you go and you get whatever it is they're telling you have to have, or you can't do it, then it's like, if you don't believe in it, why are you going and doing it? It makes no sense. And some, like, well, I wanted to go on a trip. So because you wanted to go on a trip, you went against your beliefs. I did something because I was worried for the person. So that's why I did it. It wasn't for selfish reasons, because I wanted to go do something or wanted to go somewheres. Because if you have to do that just to be able to do something, it's not worth it. Because it's a bully that's telling you you have to do this. And it's like, we need to stand up to the bully. They say kill him with kindness. Yes, you can kill him with kindness, but only kindness works to ones who are actually computing against it. Sometimes you just got to stand up and say, hey, I ain't taking your shit no more. And then others say, well, that would create a fight. It's like, wait a minute. If you're bullied and you don't stand up to the bully, then the bullying continues, does it not? So when do you say enough is enough? And it's not a matter of, you can go away from a bully, but if a bully really wants to bully you, it's going to follow you. Okay? So it's like, know the difference of whether it's going to, like, go against your beliefs and back you in a corner. Like they say, the meek will inherit the earth. Okay? What is the meaning of meek to you? Because the meaning of meek to me is like when you describe a raccoon. They describe a raccoon as being meek. They usually run away. But when they're backed in a corner and they're afraid for their life, they come out fighting, don't they? And they'll rip the face right off you to save himself. I'm not saying go over rip someone's face off or anything like that. What I'm saying, the moral of what I'm saying is that No, we don't want fighting. What we want is everybody to come together in a unity for the same thing, wanting the same thing, and that's for the bullying to stop. For people to be able to be in control of their own life and not have somebody narrating what they have to do. It's like a follower. Okay? When you're following someone because you can't lead yourself, well, you need to learn to lead yourself. Because if you're a follower, they could lead you right off the cliff. And you'd have no one else to blame but yourself. Because you don't need to be a follower. I had somebody say today, well, you got to have the follower, like, because there's leaders. Well, why can't you be your own leader? Why do you have to follow the narrative? You don't. It's just a brainwash that tells you, well, oh yeah, you have to because this is the way it is. Well, no, it's only that way because you're told it's that way. So everybody keeps thinking, well, it's that way because I'm being told it's that way. Well, that's when you just like go like this, like, wait a minute, no. Like, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Well, why not go that way? Why do you have to go that way? Just because they're going that way? Maybe you're taking a whole different path because you want to experience things. You want to go outside of your box, outside of that realm that you're kind of stuck in. So when you're a follower, you'll follow someone anywhere they go. But are you really doing things for yourself, or are you just following what they're doing so you're going to do the same thing? Well, how's that being authentic? How's that being original? How's that being unique? By following someone else. Because it's not. Okay? I guess I want to give an exercise. Okay? The next time you come to a crossroad, okay, and one side is saying, like, just keep going, or like take a different path, or no, continue on the same path, or take a different path. Take the path that you haven't traveled yet, because you might be surprised what you find, because when you take that path that you haven't traveled yet, you're only not taking it because you're afraid. But don't be afraid. Because fear is just false information appearing real, and it's your ego saying, no, you gotta stay with the narrative. Like I said before, there's two parts to the ego. There's the ego of, like, my poop don't stink, and I'm all that. And then there's there's the ego that has been trained to say, well, no, you can't do this. No, don't do it. That's the narrative. And that's where you come into balance to center. Dali skarato la maraskala. E puturia. Se kututi no kutepe e tu se pudar birio no me kitu e beleskero. Kuriata. Kuriata. Se puturia salane kuleata reskale. Tu pitita mi asimini ko pudenia na kuriata. Di skiminia. Okay, and that's another part of me that I kind of felt like, okay, well, people don't like it, but it doesn't matter to me anymore whether people like it or not, because I love it, because I've discovered a new part of me. Part of me that makes me feel good, and it does. It helps others to feel good too, even if they don't understand it. They know that it's all like they just get him on the green. And yes, I do speak in the language also, kind of like Dishkan. Think about it. Okay? So I have both parts. And I look at this and I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at this and watch it myself, because it's hard to give yourself advice. You can give it to others, but it's really hard to give yourself the advice and to listen to it. So when you record yourself as if you were giving advice to someone else, then watch it. Because in a lot of ways, what it is, it's your higher self giving you the advice. Because I am you, you're me. And when we look at each other, it's a mirror image. We might not look the same, but we're still the same. We all come from the same place. We're all connected. When this happens, we sometimes we look to other people to give us the answers. Well, you can't go. You can't have their answers. Find your own. Look within yourself, because you have the answers. Don't message people every 10, 15 minutes saying, oh, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Because I'm going to be honest with you. People, they care about you. But they don't care about what you're doing every second of the day. It's like narrating. And we don't have to narrate. It's part of the follower. Well, I'm going to do what you're doing because it works for you. But it may be working for them. But then you look and it's like, no, like it's not working for me. Because it's not what you're meant to be doing. It's not what you're meant to be experiencing. It's not meant for where you're supposed to be living. And if you're planning something and something goes wrong and it doesn't pan out the way you were hoping, well, I've told other people what it is. It's the universe saying, hey, no, that's not your path. So it'll stop it. Okay? That comes with the runner. We want to run from our problems. And when we can't run, we just keep being brought back. Well, that's the universe saying, hey, wait a minute. It's not time yet. There's something that you need to deal with first. Part of the shadow. You have to go within and you have to see what's what. You have to see things for really what it is. And what the universe is showing you. What God is showing you. Because we are judgment. We are in judgment, and we are here, and we're judging ourselves because God lives within us. So that's how we're judging. But when we throw judgment on other people, it's because of an aspect of us. I know that, like, I feel other people, but when I'm feeling other people, it's actually a part of me too that I'm feeling because I'm connected with them. So when I'm in a spot and I feel like I'm stuck, I need to sit and figure out, okay, what is it that I'm supposed to be seeing? What is it that I'm supposed to be working on? Changing. Descrima. E kuleshklei, kiskiturieta, e kirimado karimare karikotui. Se e kuriai, kuria shale sui me krime la kuriata, se tui pour la karimare karik. Qui pio MSM chez c'est cela à la cria kulimitule kuliashla kulim akriatoei. Clearing the throat chakra, clearing all the chakras to let them come through. I know that when you are clearing, your body tends to send off a different vibration. Okay, and when you get it in here, it's like, and it feels good when it's the right vibration. when you're really clicking. Your mind, it's like everything just goes. It's like, holy crap. It's like, what's going on? It's nonstop. Like, you're there and you're shaking because you're going through everything. Because your brain is uploading and it's trying to bring forth what it is that you need to know, what the universe, what God is telling you. Okay, and you feel things in your heart. You feel energy. Some, they're like, well, I don't know what you mean by I feel energy. I don't feel nothing. Well, yesterday I went somewhere and I was, I went into one place, and a place where you would really think that there would be a lot of energy, that you would feel the energy with crystals and just everything magical. Energy. Well, I went in there and like it was like dead. There was no life, no energy. And I'm walking around trying to feel. It was nothing. So then I left there. Didn't buy nothing. Left there, I went somewhere else. Same thing. I walked in and it was nothing. It was like I was in a total different timeline, dimension, what have you. It was just stagnant. And life is not stagnant. Life is energy. So it's like, what happened there? And as I got further away from it, I started feeling energy again. But these two places, it was dead of energy. Very strange. Because like I said, crystals, tarot cards, all that stuff. And then the other place, it was like secondhand clothes or like used stuff. Where you would find a lot of energy, whether it be good energy or like positive energy or negative energy. But there was nothing. So, back to the follower leader. Don't follow someone. Don't do what they're doing. You can learn from what they're doing, but you can't copy them. But you can if you want, but you're not being authentic and you're not being yourself. Because we don't have to do the same thing as what Jojo or Sarah, Katarina, it doesn't matter what that person is doing. If you're following them, then you have a lot of work to do for yourself. A lot of going within. Okay, a lot of physical, mental healing, spiritual healing. That's what the universe is telling you. It wants you to, like, people can help. But they can't do the work for you. And when you keep messaging somebody, or calling them, or what have you, because, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or what have you. Like I said, that's that's clutter. You're only cluttering your own mind. And you're pissing other people off. And then you're pushing them away. I don't want people to be a follower. I want people to learn how to be a leader of their own life. Everybody come together in compromising to a common ground of something that works for everyone. Not just one group. Not just one person. But all of the whole. everything living, and everything is living. Plants, animals, people. It's all an energy, and it's living. So don't be a runner, because when you try to run it, it can be painful, because the universe will throw you right back and you're left there. Well, why? Why? Go within and you will find the answer. Maybe there's something that you've been wanting to do, something you've been wanting to say to somebody, but you haven't been able to do it for one reason or another. Well, maybe that's what the universe is telling you. You got to do that first. I know, because I felt trapped and like, how the heck? Like, I just want out of here. But the universe won't let me yet, because I haven't finished what I need to finish. It's our journey. It's our mission. So I'm going to leave you to that for right now. I probably will go on a little later live. I'm not sure what I'm going to speak of yet, but you know, the universe will tell me. So I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings. Most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting and willing to receive it. I want you all to be big, bold, and brave. Most importantly, be yourself. Always be kind to yourself and others. Never give up. Keep going, because you are going to do just fine. I love you all. Have a great afternoon and an awesome weekend.